Hey, Dr. Mac, I know breeders out there, they have leftover puppies they couldn't sell. Could you please help them, give them some tips?
Yeah, it's a big problem, Diana, to having puppies left over. They've kind of got a use-by date. After they're 8 weeks old, they're not as cute anymore and they're much harder to sell than before 8 weeks old. So, no breeder wants to have puppies left over and underfoot at home and getting harder and harder to sell. So what can you do? So I have helped a lot of breeders with this exact problem, and the things that I advise them to do that work the best. The first one is that you need to get out your mobile phone and take lots of video of your puppies when they are active, when they're feeding from mum, when they're playing together, and select out some little sections of that, maybe around 30 seconds long, and then start sharing those on Facebook. So you can put them on your personal profile. You can also then share them onto enthusiast groups. So here I'm talking about, say your breed's Dachshunds, then people who love Dachshunds in the USA, for example, or in Canada or in your state, wherever you happen to be, there's going to be groups there of people who love your breed. So share them. Anything to do with puppies is extremely shareable and has a great response on Facebook. So put them out there. I would be making these videos every week and sharing them. But one thing you've got to be careful is that you're not salesy. So I'd be saying something like, here are my babies. They're now 4 weeks old. Aren't they gorgeous? If you want to know more about them, then PM me. So that's all I would do. I wouldn't say they're for sale and this is how much they are, anything like that, because you can get yourself banned very quickly from Facebook for doing stuff like that, okay? So the next thing I would do is I would create some events on Facebook. And these events would be puppy open days where you actually invite people up to your home and they can come and meet the puppies. Now, this is a great way to sell puppies. So the way I would do it is I wouldn't put even a time. I'd just say it's going to be on Sunday afternoon on the 9th of May or whatever the date is. If you want more information, then please contact me. So only then, when I've confirmed who's coming, would I actually give them the address, and I would give them a time slot. And that way you have some control, because you'd be surprised how many people would love to go for a Sunday afternoon drive with their family, and you could have hundreds of people turning up, and that's not a good thing. So make them contact you first so you have some control over what's going on there. So those tips should be enough to get those puppies sold for you very quickly. But if you have a big challenge in front of you and you want to put more effort in, then there are a few other things you can do, which I'll share with you now. So the next thing that I would do, and what I've found has worked wonderfully well for my breeders, is to create a little information booklet. Now you could do this really quickly. It's just copy and paste from information around the web. You can do it really fast. Talk about your breed, where it came from, who it suits, what sizes and colours they come in, what sort of family they're going to get on well with, and that kind of thing. Also guidelines on how to buy one safely, what you should look out for. And then you can put some photographs of your puppies you have available right now at the end of the booklet with information on how to contact you about them. So I would take care with the photos that I have of my babies in there, and jazz it up a bit with little sheepskin rugs and beads and flowers and cute things like that. The more effort you put in, the better response you're going to get. And then I would get that edited so it looks nice. There are cheap sources of ways to get that done very, very quickly to make it look nice. But even if you don't, just make it look as nice as you can. Turn it into a PDF, and then you share that around the enthusiast groups. People are going to love it. And what it does is it positions you as the authority in your breed. And that is a really good selling point. People want to buy from someone they trust. So that will get your name out there. Okay, and the last thing that can give you an edge is if you want to, you could contact a direct debit company. Just Google that and actually offer a payment plan with your pups, because there's a lot of people out there who've been pushed out of the market by the increase in prices from COVID, the COVID puppy rush, and now they can't afford to get a puppy. But if you provided a payment plan, then that will allow a lot more people who otherwise couldn't own one of your puppies to actually qualify for one of your puppies and open up the market for you to more people. So that would be the other thing that I would consider doing. It has worked extremely well for the breeders in my group.
Thank you, Meg. That is really good help. I'm sure this will help anyone who view this video.